What's up, Instagram? It's Monday. I know it's Monday because I haven't done these in a few days. I've been going Monday through Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope people aren't going too crazy right now. It's been a rough day for me, buddy. This lockdown has got me just working my nerves, and hoping that we can get back to some kind of reality here pretty soon. Had a little scheduling changes. My buddy John Oates hit me this morning and said that his power is out, and so Todd Frazier was nice enough to jump up to today. Now tomorrow night I got Reagan Gomez, who was supposed to be on last week and she had to cancel, but we got her now. And then Wednesday will be Caravallo, Family Guy executive producer, and then on Thursday the great Al Franken will be on. I'm thrilled to have my buddy Al, my pal Al, will be joining on Thursday. So yeah, man, we've been talking about what makes you tick, what's important, what's that thing inside you chewing at you that you've been ignoring all this time, and now that we got a lockdown, what's important, fellas, ladies, people who identify as neither. I'm gonna bump in my buddy here. I met this guy when he was coming up with the Reds, and we'll talk a lot. It's Todd Frazier. He's a big MLB star and a funny dude. I've hung with him a little bit here and there and had a lot of laughs with him. What's up?
What's going on, big
How you
dog?
doing, Todd?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you hitting lead off for me this week.
Hey, whatever it takes. You know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah. You know Hall & Oates, right?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
John Oates hit me this morning and said his power was out. He's in Nashville and won't be on for a couple days. So I appreciate you jumping up, man. So where are you now?
I'm in Toms River, New Jersey, man. I came home. When did I come home? March 16th. And when they told us, they said, "Listen, you got three things you can do. You can stay in spring training, go to Texas, or go home." I was one of the first ones to get my ass out of there. So. I was talking to my cronies at DC, and they said, "You better get home, man, because this is going to be serious." And
yeah,
lo and behold, look where we're at now. So
unbelievable, man. Yeah, we were my wife and daughter and I were in LA, and they shut down the NBA, and we were like, we better get home, you know.
Yeah.
So we flew back. We're in Virginia. I live here in Richmond, and yeah, man. So what I've been doing, you probably haven't caught in any of these. And my son just out of nowhere was like, "Get Todd Frazier on." I was like, "Yeah." And
I know.
remembered,
how's the little guy doing? He's doing all right?
He's almost as tall as you now. He's
man.
He's probably almost your height and half your weight. He's
string bean. I like.
He's like almost 6'1" maybe, and about $130. So
that's all right. Well,
yeah. He's doing all right. He's bummed, man. He missed this whole baseball season.
I know, aren't we all?
You can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so what I've been doing is, I took a little bit of this time, and for all my crazy characters and potty jokes, I sort of have a serious side as well. And and that's I just feel so fortunate to be doing what I love for a living, and I know that you're doing the same thing. And I've been talking to a lot of people. I've had Seth MacFarlane and Craig Robinson and a whole bunch of folks from Family Guys, musicians, a lot of folks. And we've just been kind of talking about how it all started. Obviously you were an athlete early in life, but, just talking about how people followed their passion and just trying to encourage other folks that might be watching that have something eating away at them, that, now's a perfect time since we're all sort of in reset mode. Maybe some people want to go ahead and go for that thing, even though it might seem hard or like a lot of work or fearful, a fearful situation. And, I just want to talk to you some about that, and we'll have some laughs along the way, but,
yeah, for sure.
So you grew up in Toms River, and it's pretty well documented. You've always been a baseball stud, and won the Little League World Series and were the star of the deal. And just talk to me about, like, when you were growing up, what life was like. I know you have siblings, maybe a couple brothers.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It was great, to be honest. I had two older brothers, Jeff and Charlie, and I pretty much wanted to do exactly what they did. So whether it was playing ping pong, I wanted to beat them in ping pong. Whether it was, trying to out eat them at the dinner table, that's what I was trying to do. So I was very fortunate to be the youngest child because I get to watch the mistakes they made, and I tell everybody that. And I always say, whenever I do a speech or anything, I always thank them first and foremost because the bottom line is if they didn't make those mistakes, I wouldn't know what to do in the right path in a positive way as well. So whatever they did, I did. They were assigned to go to Rutgers University. I signed to go to Rutgers University to play baseball. And whatever records they had, I just took down. So it was
I bet.
lo and behold, my dad and my mom were really, really big on keeping us tight knit together. I mean, my dad came up, he was a basketball star and baseball star at Morehead State University back in the day. My mom was an All-American swimmer at the College of New Jersey. So we had a
Wow.
good little sports background, and baseball was probably the best sport we had. And we took off from there. So, I've been very blessed along the way, but it's been a nice road.
How much older are your brothers? Like when you were
Five,
little,
yeah,
like
5 years, 5 and 3. So my middle brother's 3 years older and 5 years. So it made for, I got to play with my brother Jeff his senior year, my freshman year. So I played varsity when I was a freshman, and then he was the top dog until the year after. So
and then the year after is when you broke all his records.
pretty much, I
Yeah.
kind of, I kind of took him down early and often. I said, all right, let me make these records so nobody can surpass them. So
Nice. So
yeah,
you're obviously you had a wonderful support system. Your whole family was really into sports,
yeah.
and you know, any thoughts on that? Just like compared to other kids, like what? I guess what else did you do, and what were your things you were into other than sports, and then how much do you appreciate the support?
Yeah, I mean, sports was probably my whole life, if you want the truth. I mean, I loved doing that. I liked reading books when I was younger. I was a big guy. I worked with a thing called Team Randy. I worked with special needs kids when I was younger. I loved every second of that. And
Yeah,
now I have a thing with my buddy Christian Kane called Field of Dreams,
that's
which
so great.
which I put a bunch of money down towards, and he's done a tremendous job. And Tom's over here because his son. Long story short, they got into a car accident, and now he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
Unfortunate, but he's like, I want my son to feel like he's in a major league game, so that we're gonna have a nice um, field for kids, so they can, rubberized field, so they can play baseball. I'm gonna run the whole program, and I like working with kids like that. I love every second. They're all happy. They're always happy. They put a smile on your face, and it's like, God, I wish we can have that personality that they have every day, not worrying about just having fun. And they don't understand. They make us better people too as well. So I was big into that because you got to give back a little bit, and it's very nice to do things like that.
yeah, man. Well, I remember seeing it must have been on MLB Network or something. There was a feature on that field and the kids playing, and we're exposed to a lot of kids that have
Yeah,
different abilities. My daughter's got some challenges, but is just the happiest person in the world. And
yeah.
every cliche, it's about they teach you. It's like
hmm
what's important. And I remember the bat boy on the Reds, or the guy that would hang out with.
Teddy Kramer, yeah, Teddy. He's 35 and still going. He works with at the stadium now too as well.
That's yeah. I just remember seeing you celebrating with him after something great on the field, and you just see the
Yeah.
love, man. I think it's just really great.
Yeah, and it's pure too. It's something that unfortunately for me, he asked me to hit a home run. I hit it. I don't know how I did it. It was very lucky, but those are memories that'll last your lifetime for sure.
Yeah, yeah, sweet. So did you play at Rutgers? I know you signed with Rutgers.
Yes.
How
Yep.
did you finish Rutgers and then go pro, or what?
So 3 years. After 3 years, when you turn 21, you can sign a deal to go play, minor league ball, whatever team, or get drafted, I should say. So
Yeah,
played 3 years there at shortstop, and the Reds drafted me at 34th pick overall, and I went to Billings, Montana. That's the farthest west I've ever been.
wow.
Trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. I got a host family. They gave me a pickup truck, and it broke down every couple days, so it made for some fun times. But it was a great experience for me for sure.
That's great. So you left all the comfort of everyone you knew and just went. Was that single A ball or what was that?
Rookie ball. So
Okay.
that was, yeah, rookie ball, single A, double A, triple A. So or low A, high A, double A, triple A. So
Right, right. Cool. So I'm talking with Todd Frazier, Flava Frage, with the Rangers now, and we'll get to that. But I want to talk about when we met. I'm a huge lifelong Reds fan. You know, grew up with a big red machine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something.
yeah, let me see. So talk to me.
Yeah. Hold on. Where's my light? All right. So check this out.
Oh wow! Look at that man cave. Holy cow!
Yeah. So I got all the guys, and I'm also a Cowboys fan, which I know you probably hate.
Well,
But
no, I mean I'm playing for the Rangers now, so I got to like.
oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, so JB did the Cleveland show and signed that for me, and
Nice.
you know, this was my high school, my room, my bedroom in high school. So
Oh wow!
you know, I that and a bunch of Farrah Fawcett and Cheryl Ladd posters. But
Hey, you got to have them up there.
yeah, you got to have your testosterone and your
Yes.
testosterone. But yeah, so I met you. You know, when we were doing the Cleveland show, I did Family Guy and then the Cleveland show, and went to spring training, which was sweet, and
Yeah.
you know, went and hung out with Dick Williams,
Yep.
the now GM, and you know, and met you, and you know, somebody said, hey, you know, you got to meet Todd Frazier. He loves Family Guy, and I think you were double A at that point. Is that about right?
That was my first year in big league camp. So I was trying to say hi to everybody, trying to be nice. I didn't know what to do, so I would sit in the locker room. When I got out there, I'm like, all right, I could breathe a little bit, and
Yeah.
you know, if somebody said hi to me, I'm going to say hi back. So yes.
Yeah. Well, I remember you were extremely nice. So how old were you then? Like 22 or something?
I was double A. I was 22. I would say for sure.
Okay.
Because 2 years I would say 22. So
I remember shaking hands with you, and I was like, hold up your hands. You got like big old Johnny Bench hands. Your hands are like a vice.
Yeah,
you know, every once in a while, you meet somebody with your hands, and
I'll tell you a quick story. Like the biggest hands I've ever shook, because Magic Johnson came to Rutgers one time, and I shook his hand, and I felt like his bottom of his finger came down to here. Like when you shot, I'm like, holy, just ET phone home, man. It was unbelievable.
No doubt, and what a great guy too. I've run into him a couple times. He's always super nice and positive.
Awesome.
And so those hands, like, did your dad have those hands? Did your brothers have those hands?
Yeah, my dad's 6'8", so I'm 6'3". I wish I got a couple more inches. He's the python. So I got him from him, but you know, I always wished I was like 6'5", 6'6". I think that would be awesome, but you know, God gave me what I got.
Yeah, I think you got plenty. And so those hands, like that's how you hit a home run off the end of the bat, basically. You know, when you're kind of throwing your bat out, fold a little bit, and you still can put it out.
Those silly swings where I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you manage. So so how many years were you with the Reds? What year did you come up?
So Major Leagues was 2011. So I was 11, 12, 13. So 5 years with the Reds.
Okay, and was the 11 year when you guys lost to the Giants?
That was, I think, 13. That was bringing up some sad moments. Yes, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not. Yeah, that was terrible. I think we would have won the whole darn thing if we would have won that series. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it was.
We had a good shot.
It was weird, and I remember. God, what's the reliever's name who came in? It starts with an L in San Francisco.
Who came in there? God, I don't.
It was
remember.
When Cueto went out after like the batter.
Yes. Matt Latos. We have Matt Latos come in.
No, they had Latos warm up and start the second. Who got you through the first? It was God. What was that guy's name?
I know Bronson Arroyo pitched the game before. Oh, man.
Anyway,
I'm losing it too.
I see him in my brain, but. Yeah, that was a bummer, and you know, I'm looking at MLB now, and they're celebrating.
Mike Leake, that's who it was.
It wasn't Mike Leake.
No,
it was a reliever. It was
forget it.
It's gonna hit me as soon as we get off this thing.
Of course.
But Mike Leake, yeah, he's a cool dude. He came by Family Guy one time, gave him a tour. And Latos had damn Stewie and Brian tattooed on his calf.
Yes. They unbelievable. That's
Yeah.
one crazy man right there.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
wasn't sure what to make of that. And actually Joey Votto was on the Cleveland show.
Nice.
Yeah, he came in. We had a bunch of guys, and I think maybe the last I saw you in DC when you were with the Reds, and
Yeah.
I got a picture of you and Joey with my kids, and I couldn't
Beautiful.
find it today. But
No, that's all right.
so 5 years with the Reds, and then did you go to Chicago next? Where did you go next?
Yeah, I got traded to the Chicago White Sox in the South Side, man. That was something crazy over there.
So how did that feel? Were you just like, man, this is my family, what? Oh, I guess it's
Yeah,
business. I
you
mean, your
got
first trade has got to feel like that.
no, it stunk. It was terrible because your first love, you never, you weren't ready to leave. So,
Yeah,
for me, in the beginning, it was tough. They always say the first time you're traded is the toughest, and it was really tough. Not only for myself, but my wife too, who had friendships,
yeah,
and not only just friendships with players like security guards, the media. I
yeah,
mean, you name it, the neighborhood
yeah,
we lived in. So it's like, so you're
yeah.
going from one whirlwind to a next, and
Sam LaCure. Somebody
yeah.
somebody just called it Sam LaCure.
Yes, that's who it was. Big. I talked to him the other day. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
Good old Sammy.
yeah,
But
cool.
yeah, it was different. It took me a while to get used to, but I feel like my personality fits with everybody. It didn't take too long to get used to all the guys there, and made some really good friendships there in Chicago too as well.
Yeah, and that's Derek Holland is my buddy who I met.
Yes. Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah, I met Derek on the sidelines of a Cowboy game, and turns out he is a big Family Guy fan, and so we just hit it
Oh,
off. And he's been over to the show a couple times, and great dude. And he connected us on text, and we were sending some filthy stuff around,
yeah.
which uh,
I
which we
know.
won't mention here.
We had a good time in those text messages.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you were in Chicago for like a year and a half or something, or
Year and a half, got traded to the Yankees, and
how
we
was
had
that?
that was
Was that just
unbelievable.
like I can't believe it?
Yeah,
Or
pretty much. From a local guy living about an hour and 10 minutes away,
yeah,
growing up watching the Yankees. Paul O'Neill is one of my favorite players, and he's there every game. Like he still looks. Have you ever seen Paul?
he looks the same.
Yeah, ex Cincinnati Red.
Yeah,
Like if you've ever seen this guy, I want to tell these people online. He looks like he'd get up there and rip two homers right now, right off Jump Street.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
his arms are just pythons. It's
Is
just
he okay?
and long. I'm like, oh man.
I
But
loved his
yeah,
cannon out there and right. He
yeah,
just had a cannon. I
exactly.
loved.
I loved every second about him. And then he would hit the water coolers, and everybody's like, oh, shame on him. I loved every second of that
Oh
too. I
yeah,
think I mean, he cared. He really cared
that's
about
a
that
passionate
match.
man. Now did he leave all that on the field? I wonder, or does he
Yeah.
like kick the dog? Like
Yeah.
does he?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question to ask him.
But so I think a lot of what I've been talking about with people is kind of like those moments of uncertainty. So maybe that's where your trade comes in, or maybe when you're in a slump. Everyone has hard times. How do you get through? And I know the cliche is you keep pushing, but how do you beyond that? How do you get through tough times?
Well, I'll give you an example here in Cincinnati, my second year. Everybody talks about the sophomore slump. I'm like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like during the season, I'm 0 for 10, 0 for 20. I
Yeah,
hit the 0 for 30. I hit 0 for 32, and I can hear it in my head because I looked it up. I said, "What's the record for a Cincinnati Reds player for the most
oh
having
that
an 0 for without getting a hit?" It was 0 for 33. So I'm like, "Oh my God!" So next game, I'm like, "Come on!" I get up, I hit a double off the wall, and then I went 10 for 20. And I
yeah,
remember Dusty Baker telling me, great man. He said, "Listen, the Walt Jocketty's looking for another third baseman." He brought me in. I remember like it was yesterday. He says, I don't want you gone. I said, I don't want to go either. He goes, well, you got to pick it up. So, I kind of took that in my mind, looked myself in the mirror, and said, hey, this is what you lived. This is what you wanted your whole life. Are you going to
yeah,
let it go by the wayside, or are you going to work your butt off and get where you want to be? And my dad always told me, man, it's you. Figure it out.
yeah.
You're a Jersey guy. You got pride. You got power. Do what you got to do. And very lucky. I remember I faced Tim Lincecum the next day in San Francisco, hit a 3 RBI double, and the rest was history. That slump, I never had to slump like that again. Thank God.
Yeah, man. So I'm sure there was sleepless nights. I'm sure you were just like probably studying the pitchers even harder. Like
Yep.
just doing just pushing, 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 and I guess eventually it just breaks, or maybe eventually you just relax at some point, not even thinking.
Yeah, I mean, as a young guy, the opportunity is real thin. So you don't get, the leash is thin, is what they say. So
Mhm.
I had a great first year when I came up for when Scott Rowland went down, and then I was just about to get sent down, and Joey Votto got hurt, so I played first and then played third. So
That's right.
for me, very fortunate to have that. But then, it's that "what have you done for me lately" mentality. I'm not signed for a long contract during that time, so
Yeah.
I finally figured it out a little bit. And then the year after, I had a really good year, and then that was it. I kind of figured out what I needed to do, what I was looking for as a hitter, and
Right.
boom, I took off those last couple of years in Cincinnati. Man, those are
Yeah.
probably some of my best and fondest years for sure.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And you not only consciously felt like you belong, but it just sort of fills your body. Like you just
Oh,
feel like you belong.
without a doubt. You lay in bed at night looking at the ceiling, you're like, whew, I got lucky there. But no, it's at the same time you thank the Lord and for all the blessings you got, and you say, listen,
Yeah.
I'm here for a reason. Just like in life, in any job, like, hey, this is my job. I'm here for a reason. This guy hired me for a reason. Now
Right.
go out there and show him why. And put a little pressure. I don't mind having pressure on myself. I really don't. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? Wake it up. Show them what you got. Have that. Think about your family or something while you're in the box or whatever it is. Something to get you motivated.
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely not afraid to have any pressure on my back, and that's something I've always wanted and taken with open hands.
Right. So was it 2015 at the All-Star game? The
2015, baby.
Derby? Okay,
Oh man.
so um, my son and I flew up there the next day. Like I
Oh,
saw like we were gonna go and then we didn't go and then like we went to the All-Star game, but we got there, for the hangover after your tremendous show. So
yeah.
so you were in the home run derby
Yep.
and you were at your home stadium and probably the Reds weren't having a very good year, so it was kind of like you were the thing to cheer for all year,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
so
Let,
you go. So talk about the home run derby.
yeah. Let me just explain. Me and Charlie, my brother, excuse me, we, I had a lot of home runs a year before. So I'm like, hey, if I do get, oh no, I was in the home run derby in 14 and came in second to UNS Cespedes. And I told him, my brother, I said, we're going to practice, every 5 days, the home run derby in the off season because he threw
Hmm.
to me. So we would do that. And then lo and behold, I'm tied for the lead. Or no, I was leading the league in home runs or tied in 15. So I'm the number one seed and, or number one or number one seed. And I'm like, here we go. We practiced this stuff, Charlie. I mean, let's go. And he got back on a big stage. I had my other brother next to me, hyping me up, and it was unbelievable. I had such a blast. The crowd was crazy, and then you're right. There was a hang. I was hung over that next game, man. It was pretty tough.
Yeah, but you were. I remember in the last round you were. I think against Jock Peterson, who had put up a big number or a big
Yes,
total, and you went on an absolute tear
I
for
had
like
to. Yes.
and
It was the first time they had that kind of format, and with a minute and a half left, I think I was down 6 or 8. I think it was 8 home runs. I'm like, oh, that's it. And I went 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
missed 1, 4, 5. Now I'm down 3 with 50 seconds left. It's like, oh, this is it. I got in the bag. Once you get on that run,
yeah, in the
it
zone.
feels so good. Yeah.
Yeah, so adrenaline. I mean, did you have in those moments? Do you have any recollection, or what is your way of thinking, or are you just kind of being? Like
Yeah,
where are you?
no, you're not thinking about anything but trying the task at hand, just crushing homers. And I told my brother, I said, just lob it in, let me supply the power. And when you step in the box, the crowd was so hyped, like I didn't have to think about anything.
Yeah,
If that, I just let the bat go, and I just let the fans basically take over my whole body. And it was like an out of body experience, to be honest with you, because you're playing in front of 60,000 people and they're all rooting for you. Not one
yeah,
person in that stands wants you to lose.
right.
There was no way I was losing that home run derby.
Yeah, that was fantastic, and
Yeah.
I was totally happy for you because I just met you a few years before when you were, on your way up, like you weren't a superstar yet,
Yeah.
and so
Ooh,
that
man.
that was cool. And I saw the clip today, and I saw you run over and give Chapman gave you a big old hug.
Yes.
You've been watching Chapman's workouts on Instagram?
I mean, me and my wife my wife and I were talking, and we're like, I've never seen anybody work out more than this guy ever.
Yeah, whoever's watching, follow Aroldis Chapman. I think it's Cuban Missile 54.
Cuban Missile, yes. But whoever's taping him, I mean, that guy or girl has got to be making thousands. Guys, to knock something down, got to be making thousands of dollars, because that's got to be like 6 hours a day he's working out.
He is. How is he? What, like 6'4"? Is he about your height?
Yeah, I would say
6'3",
6'4", 6. He might be 6'5".
Okay.
He runs like a gazelle.
Yeah.
He throws 105 miles an hour. I mean, but he lifts weight. Like, he would take me and just 1 pound curl me like this, and it's just, I've never seen. And his buddies are like the same way. I'm like, holy cow!
Right. This is a departure for most of these talks. So we're sportsing out here, guys. But I'm with Todd Frazier, Major League Baseball star, and we're talking about the Cuban Missile, Aroldis Chapman, who threw the fastest pitch ever, 105, I believe.
Yeah.
And so, is it true that he could sprint with Billy Hamilton in the outfield? Not sprint, but if they ran a 200, would he keep up with him?
I think I would say more of like a 60-yard dash. It would be close, but I think Billy would beat him. But it wouldn't be like, he'd just be like, it wouldn't be me and Billy racing, if you know what I mean.
Right.
His strides are just so long, and Billy just skitter scatter. You know, it's just
different deal.
Watching Billy run, you're like, whoa. But then you watch Chapman one, it's like poetry. You know what I mean? Like, it's a beauty. You want to just slow it down. Like, the guy is, I love that guy to death, man. He's the best. And I play with him with the Yankees too. He's such a, he's the best. I love him.
That's like, and Drew Stubbs was another guy who ran like
poetry. Oh my goodness gracious. His form, everything, man. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Love him.
Yeah. Well, he played with Texas, I think, at one point as well. So talk to me. How long were you with the Yankees? How many seasons?
Just half a season, about 3.5 months.
Was that all?
Yeah, that was it. It was my free agent year, so got traded. You know, and then we lost to the Astros.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. It was bold, man. It was, thinking back on it, all we need to do is win one more game, and both those games were in Houston. It stunk. So
that's got to piss you off. I mean,
100%, 100%. You can never look at those guys the same. So
the thing I was looking forward to this year, and I hope there is a season, and we'll touch on that in a second. But I want to see Chappie go up against Altuve. I want to see.
Here's
the
thing: hit that walk-off homer against him. It's like I'm 0 for like 9 against Chapman, and it's one of the hardest at bats I've ever had in my life. I mean, I think it was a slider or a changeup he hit out for the walk-off, which was, I mean, I don't know how you sit on that pitch. So, everybody understands the deal. If I knew a slider was coming from Chapman, I would hit it that far too as well. So, it stinks. It sucks for baseball, and
it really does.
I feel like people swept it under the rug because of this pandemic, but I don't think we should ever let go. No, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, I love baseball, and baseball is your life, and just that's just it sucks. And I don't know why they kept the trophy, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. At the end of the day, I'll leave it at this. That could have been my last time to make it to a World Series.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And Judge MVP.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of other things that people forget that could have happened during that season. Yeah. MVPs, us making maybe even winning a World Series. So that could have been my last time. So kind of bites you in all the wrong areas. So
we're not going to dwell on that.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, say hello to Jane. My mother-in-law is a huge Yankee fan and a huge fan of yours. She was just,
Jane.
Yeah.
What's up, Jane? How you doing, girl?
She was just floating the comment up there, but man. So half a season there, and then was it 3 years with the Mets?
2 years with the Mets.
Okay.
Yes, 2 years with the Mets. So
and so now good. Texas.
Yes, now on to Texas. We had a good thing going before we left, man. I'm telling you, we had a good team. I'm not saying we're world champions, but we had a really good thing going. It was a great camaraderie we had going, and we do some Zoom calls, stuff like this together. But everybody's doing good.
So you got the call. All right, we're gonna season's postponed. Everybody
Yeah.
scatter. You mentioned earlier you got home as fast as you could. What's been I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you're working out. You probably have a batting setup, at
Hmm.
your pad. But
Yeah.
beyond that, what kind of communications are you getting? Like, is it just sort of? I mean, you hear rumors. Fans. We hear rumors. Like they're gonna maybe go to their home stadiums or go
Yeah.
to their spring training place, or like, is there anything you can share? Like, or
Yeah. We got nothing. It's all speculation. I'll be
that's
honest with you.
yeah,
Our Players Association hits us up all the time, lets us know that whatever GMs or presidents say, it's mostly not true because there's nothing written in stone. The CDC didn't come out and say we can play.
yeah,
They're talking about, making a West, East, and Central divisions. That can't happen yet because nothing's set in stone. So it's all imagination and all trying to
yeah,
stir the pot, I guess, a little bit. But for us, I'm working out every other day, hitting a
yeah,
couple times a week. And, the weather was good actually these past couple days, but it's supposed to get colder again. So
yeah,
when it's over 48, 40, or 45 degrees, I'll get outside there. People are like, you're crazy. No, but up here in Jersey, and
yeah,
in Virginia, it's cold as
yeah,
whatever. But
yeah. It gets cold. Yeah.
when it's 50 degrees outside, that's a lovely day for us. So we got to get out there as much as
For
possible.
sure. And you know what? I believe that your brother works at a school. Is he?
Both of them do, yes. Both a gym teacher.
One of them is my, I guess, cousin's daughter's, my wife's cousin's daughter's gym teacher. So
Oh, wow.
that was her
All right.
claim to fame.
Oh, there you
Um,
go.
but obviously real tight knit still. You got nieces and nephews you hang with, and you've got a few kids. And is it
Mhm.
just, are you guys just tight or what?
Yeah, we're real tight fan. Both my brothers live about 10 minutes away. My mom, same. And, I got my three kids. Blake, 6 years old, my daughter Kylie of 4, and my 17-month-old Grant, young boy. So,
And
yeah,
you were quarantined with
no,
three young kids.
but listen, I'll be honest with you. I can deal with all the baloney that goes with it. My kids, they don't wake up until late. Like my son, my 17-month-old doesn't wake up till 10:30. Most of the time I got to wake him up. My
Nice.
my daughter, 9:45, 10. Everybody's like hitting me up. I get all these text messages at 8 o'clock. I'm like, bro, don't wake me up, man. I'm sleeping in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Take
they
advantage of
they
that.
can sleep, knock on wood. They sleep for the best of them, which I don't mind. So during the day, if they want to give me a little problem here and there, I can do it.
Right.
I give teachers credit, man. It's hard. Even I got
Oh,
a kindergartner,
yeah.
and I'm looking at things. I'm like, God Almighty, I can't believe I don't know what the heck's going on here. We start laughing, me and my wife,
Yeah.
and she's a lot smarter than me, so she actually does most of the homework. I'll do 1 or 2 days a week to let her sleep in a little because I'll wake them up and we'll try and get it done in the morning. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm lucky he's not like a third or fourth grader because I heard my nephew Carson, man, they're doing like 4 hour work. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, I'm sure it's tough for you. They're probably asking you questions too.
Well, no, actually, my daughter, yeah, but my son's 16. He's on Zoom with his school, and so he's like,
Yeah.
he's gonna be out of high school in 2 years. And then my daughter
Oh,
is, she's 12 and FaceTimes with her teacher, and
yeah.
so they're, she's got a little bit of homework,
Yeah.
but just having the young ones bouncing around would be a little bit insane. But you got the right temperament, and you got the family vibe, man. You got it under control.
Got to do it, and I got to hit with my son like every other day because he's in the living room right now, throwing a ball up and knocking it against the wall. And I don't know if you hear my wife in the background screaming her brains out. So
Oh yeah,
if you hear some screams going on,
not
it's
in the
very
house.
not.
Yeah. Oh
So
gosh.
that's how I was. So I'm like, I can't yell at him because I used to do the same darn thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother and I, yeah, I just remember no balls in the house, and then we grab our crotch and go, oh, I guess we go
Yeah.
outside. And just like, just
Yeah.
little assholes. But,
Yeah.
anyway. So what's the fresh start in Texas? And that's got to be tough. And again, I want to keep touching on challenges. Talking with my friend Todd
Yeah.
Frazier, who's going from the Mets to the Rangers this year. So do you guys do you just rent a house, or what do you do when you move to a new city like
Yeah,
that?
let me give you this. I'm actually the one that's scotch free. It's my wife that has to deal with all the crap that goes on. I get traded in the
Right.
middle of the season. She's got to uproot all the furniture, find somebody to move it, and
Yeah.
install it the same day. Make
Yeah.
sure the TV's on because I'm complaining. Oh, make sure we don't want to miss this and that. Make
Right.
sure there's food on the table and take care of three kids at the same time. People don't understand. They're like, oh man, you must have the best life, this and that. It is, don't get me wrong, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't really understand, that you have to have a good backbone. And I really got lucky
Yeah.
and caught a good one with my wife, Jackie. We met at Rutgers. She was a gymnast and I was a baseball player.
Sweet.
And, we were on and off for a couple of years. It was mainly my fault because I was a pain in the ass. But, at the end of the day, we made it through.
Yeah.
We fell in love all over again. And here we are
Sweet.
with three beautiful kids. So.
That's awesome, man. So you were on the road playing minor league ball, and I remember reading something about your diet on the road. Like when minor league ball, there's really no money. You're on a bus and you are going to fast food joints, but you, I think, had an alternative that you always kept stocked up on.
Oh, who told you that?
Was it PBJ's?
I would just eat these peanut butter.
I heard you'd have a huge jar of peanut butter, a huge jar of jelly, and a loaf of bread.
Listen, I'll tell you a good story. My buddy's on there saying McDonald's. That's so funny. All right, Nat, I got you. No, but listen, in Billings, Montana, there was one place next to the field, and it was a KFC.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't get caught going, because I didn't want to get changed, so it was so hot out, sticky. And I remember like it was just I'd go over there and get two potato bowls, the chicken mixed with potatoes, corn, gravy.
The heartburn. That's heartburn in a bowl.
Listen, but I would eat these things like they're going out of style, and then I got caught and got fined because I went over in my uniform. Oh. And then it was peanut butter and jellies as high as you could stack them. And that's all we had. We didn't have anything else. Yeah. That's another thing people don't get, like what we ate. And
yeah. Well, talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about the minor league experience, because that, all right, so say somebody says right now, okay, I want to move to New York and be a Broadway actor. I want to move to LA and write movies. It's going to be a while before you have success. So
without a doubt, without a doubt, it's a grind. I mean, like I said, going to Billings, Montana, you're by yourself. I remember at the time I was looking for a cell phone. I remember the cell phone wasn't like booming. It was just starting to come out. Like I was trying to find a prepaid plan. I remember my mom was saying, don't go over your text message limits. I remember those days like it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And we stayed at a hotel. I think it was called the Rimrock Hotel in Billings, Montana.
No jokes there.
No, man, it was unbelievable. But
some rims got rocked in that motel.
The Round Rock or the Rim Rock, I don't know what it was. It was nuts. But you don't know what you're getting into. Honestly, you don't. You're like, I just want to play baseball, and you get to the field.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about something funny. The one locker is here. They're side by side, but the next locker's here. So I bend down, and basically my ass is in somebody's face.
Right.
So it's the most disgusting thing you're going to be a part of in your life.
Yeah.
And you just gotta figure it out. So it's that grind that it's like, all right, if I can handle this, I got called up to high A ball in Dayton, Ohio the next season. Or no, that end of the season, and they had a playoff match.
Right.
And the food got a little bit better. The clubhouse guys, they don't get paid much, so it's whatever they can come up with. It was peanut butter jelly and maybe a hot pocket, I think it was, that we had next. So we're getting better. Right. And then when you get to high A, this guy, remember, you can order Chinese there. I was like, oh, this is great. So I can order something in. And, I just remember those 14-hour bus rides, because there was one time I said, I don't know if this is for me anymore. I remember like it was yesterday. Yeah. And it was on a 14-hour bus ride and in AA. And I remember telling my wife, or girlfriend at the time, I said, Jackie, I don't know. She's like, come on, grind this out. Let's go, And my brother's saying the same thing. And I said, all right, this is my dream in life. Let's do it. And eventually it just kind of clicked. But there's always a time in life, I think everybody, if they don't go through something like that, then it's not the right profession for them, because you always, I'm not saying second guess yourself, but life gives you that curveball, like they say in baseball.
Yep.
And it's how you want to hit it. You can go up there, taking a rip, or you're going to be, soft and say, I don't know what I want. I don't know. I'm a little afraid of that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. When you're looking back on your life as an old man, you'll have no regrets as long as you keep going with that thing. So, like, do you have any idea what do you want to stay involved in, like, baseball in 10 years when you retire? Like, do you
Yeah.
what else do you want to do? What's your next chapter? Do you have anything?
I always wanted to be a high school baseball coach. Don't ask me why. I always wanted to teach, like, younger kids the right way to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
The kids that I know, most of them aren't going to really make it, but, have an impact in their life, something like that, or be a broadcaster, or I worked.
Come on now. Let's get the kids to play.
You're too much. Somebody wrote on here to talk. They wanted me to talk like Cleveland on one of my answers. I said,
do it.
I was laughing. So I can't even do it. Well, I always wanted to be a broadcaster. Actually, it's so terrible. It's bad.
That's not bad.
I always told you. I said, just talk to me like that whenever we talked. It said, all right,
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, a broadcaster.
That's just right.
Yeah.
So broadcaster. Yeah, you'd be great.
It'd be fun.
So you're sort of the modern day Sean Casey. You're like the mayor.
Yes. Well, he's the mayor for sure, but he's got energy too. So I'm trying to be like him for sure.
Right. Forgive me. How long? What's your deal in Texas? Are you there for a little bit, or is this sort of?
I signed a 1-year deal with a club option. So next year it's up to them whether they want to take me or not, or become a free agent again.
Right. Who's it's cliche question. Like who? It sounds like Chappie's your nemesis. Who's
there's
rough?
a bunch. There's a bunch, man. Scherzer, Corey Kluber, but he's on Texas now, so that makes me happy.
Sweet.
Anybody who throws a pitch, that ball moves in 2 different directions. So you name it.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I remember watching Doc Halladay against. Were you on that team?
I was not. It was the next year.
That's right.
Yeah, he was filthy, man.
Yeah, and then he had rotator cuff, correct? And that was sort of the end for him.
I think so. I don't remember, but I remember I faced him later in his career.
Yeah.
And they said, just look for one pitch. And I was the first time I ever went up there looking for one pitch only. And it was the pitch I got. And I hit a single to right field. And I was like, all right, well, this game's easy now. And
got
it really
this
wasn't. No.
Yeah. So I had rotator cuff a few years ago. And
and that's why you didn't get the call, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, I think, when it hurts playing ping pong with your kids, it's time to go ahead and get the stitches.
When you can't raise it any higher, you can't do this. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, no, that was the worst, and I can understand how some people just can't come back from that. I mean, it's fine now. I'm still blowing, 55, 60.
Yeah, hey, listen, softball needs that kind of guy any day of the week.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I mean, so you liked Family Guy, like
I loved it.
When we met,
every second of it, and I was so glad to meet you, because I think that's a really hard thing to do, honestly. You sit there and you're trying to act out something where you're not even on TV doing it. Like it's a cartoon character, you know what I mean? So it's like, I always ask you questions and say like, oh, what are you in, like a cubicle hiding from everybody? Or do you do scenes like with the person in there to try and act it out? So yeah. I think it's fascinating. And the voice you make, I feel like, if I were you, sometimes I would just like pretend a different voice for like 2 words and see if anybody picked up on it.
Oh yeah, no, I do a bunch, man. I do a bunch. Yeah, we'll pitch out the jokes in the writers' room. Back in the day when Seth MacFarlane was actually around and in the writers' room, and then Alex Borstein, who plays Lois, and a bunch of other folks. That was a lot of fun. You're just pitching it out just like it's going to be, and it gets written down, and then you go record it, and they draw it, and. But yeah, animation allows you to pretty much get away with anything. And, you don't want to see a live action Peter Griffin, somebody with that physique dancing around naked. You would just turn the TV off, but it's funny when it's a cartoon.
without a doubt. So,
Um,
hey, good
yeah,
stuff,
man.
bro. Good
Well,
stuff.
yeah, man. Well, anything else you want to rap
Uh,
about? You gonna
yeah, I just want to give it. I told my boys that the Hoboken, fire department. I got a lot of buddies over there, man, up in North Jersey.
sweet?
I gotta give them a shout out, man. There's some heroes right now working. So not only them,
Yeah,
but everybody else. But
yeah.
my boy Jimmy Prince, Ryan Knapp up there, man. Love you, brothers.
Sweet. And
Yeah.
maybe after we can trade some text in, I'm happy to send Family Guy stuff to people that
Yeah.
you think you would enjoy, that might enjoy some of that kind of stuff. And
Without a doubt. I still
you know,
got that. I still got that shirt you sent me, man. I should have worn it. Darn it. That's what I should have
come
done. I
on.
should have done.
You
Come
know what?
on now, Quagmire.
Oh, Quagmire, you are the king of just too muchery. Um, yeah, I should have worn my son's Frazier shirt that we got at
I
that
know.
All-Star game.
I know. I know. Hey, it's
Um,
all good, man.
yeah, I think we're getting a couple of questions in here. Do you want to hang for just a sec? You want to
Yeah,
say hi to a
I'm
couple
good.
more folks?
I'm game, man. Hey, the wife's got the kids. Hey, listen, I'll stay
There
here
you go.
for hours.
We'll
Let's
milk
go.
this thing for a while.
Yeah,
It's going to cut us off in 15, so
that's all right.
I got a big fan in Milwaukee. Schlorbik family. I don't know. I think you can scroll through these things because some people
Yeah.
were asking stuff before.
Favorite slice of pizza? Oh, Ginger Nation, my
Yes,
man.
I know that guy.
You know Head. Yeah,
He
Head
worked with
Bridges.
Derek.
He's the best, man. He's being a comedian now, man. He's doing really well. Favorite
That's right.
slice? I'm gonna go with buffalo chicken slice. I love that.
That's pretty solid. And that's from a New
Favorite?
Jersey guy.
Yes, it's solid. Hey, Jersey Freeze. You ever? That's a Jersey place. I like the rainbow Italian ice because I'm not a big ice cream guy. Not a big ice cream guy. How about you? You like ice cream?
I love ice cream. I love
Yeah.
chocolate ice cream. I love pepperoni pizza. I mean,
Ooh.
that's it for me right there. I'd eat that. Those two things,
Why is pizza so good? Explain that to me.
I don't know.
Like I could have pizza on Saturday and be like, how about we have another pie here on Sunday night?
Yeah. So, how are you on your diet? Are you
Good.
aware of that? You're still a young man, so you probably.
Yeah. No, actually, it's funny. I went on a cleanse for 5 days.
Oh, great.
It's my first time ever doing it. I said I'm gonna try this out because I know how much I can eat in the off season and how much I should eat, and I was really getting after it with the food. So I said, let's get after this cleanse. I did pretty good. I lost like 7 pounds, but then, I'm starting to gain it back, but I'm eating good foods, which is good,
Yeah. The older you get, I'm 54. I'm like, I eat pretty well most of the time, but you gotta take care of that bod because you're not getting another one.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Anybody want to pop up a question? I'm scrolling back through and I can't find any questions. I saw some way earlier, but now I'm getting lost up in here. So how do you like Texas, man?
No, I love it. I love it. We went there when I signed. Me and my father and I did to look for a place to live. Found a place to live, and we couldn't get in the stadium, but it was like 91% done. They said, and it looked really awesome on there.
Yeah, I go down to some Cowboy games, make it down there once or twice a year, and I've seen that stadium going up, and they had a relatively new one, but they needed to air condition the thing because it's so freaking hot down there.
The stuff outside the stadium, the outside the stadium stuff's going to be beautiful.
That's sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So who's your favorite teammate to grab a slice and a beer with?
Oh, man, that's a good one. Eric Kratz, I got to name him. He's a catcher with the Yankees. Devin Mesoraco, I loved everything. I mean, that kid. You remember Devin?
I loved watching him.
He was the Buffalo. He was so vicious. He was
coiled up.
This kid could eat buffalo wings like he would out eat anybody in baseball. He would just devour wings.
What's your favorite? What's your pregame hype up music?
Oh man, you know what I like to listen to, which is kind of crazy. You ever seen the movie Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino?
I don't know if I did.
No, just he has a speech at the end where he's attacking the board because they're crushing the kid that they got falsely accused of doing some crazy stuff at the school. And his speech, I mean, you gotta listen to this. When you're done, go on there, and you'll love it. It freaking fires me up, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. So
Yeah.
not music. It's a speech.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
speech. I like inspiring things.
Sweet. Yeah, we're gonna make a Family Guy movie one day. Somebody's asking that.
Nice.
That'll be sweet. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan, and you can't handle the truth. I guess that's another movie quote. What will your walk-up song be this year if there is a season?
So yeah.
That's great. You must have loved playing for the Yankees, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, without it, they loved it too.
I was at game 2, or wait, I was at the game against the Indians that you guys won. You were down 2-0.
Okay.
Before
Oh
you.
yes,
It was
yes.
game 3. I remember game 3. You guys won 1-0.
I think Greg Bird hit the moonshot to right. Yeah.
Yes. And who was pitching that night? I can't remember.
That was well, who gave up the home run or who was pitching?
No, who pitched for you? Somebody had a great game for you guys, and I can't remember.
That was I think it was Matt. What was his name? Matt. Oh my God, I can't.
Some guy.
No,
Ron Guidry.
God Almighty.
It was Ron Guidry. It was
Ron Guidry.
yeah, Louisiana Lightning. See, that was the era that I grew up in. The 70s, like some of the most epic games and series, like the Reds, in 75, and then 76 they beat the Yanks, and then the next year the Yanks, I think that was Reggie's 3-homer year. It was either 77 or 78 when he hit 3 home runs in the clinch game. But the cool thing was, back then, the fans, everybody was all over the field.
Oh,
and
nutty,
it was like,
yeah, you can't do that today.
No.
They said Tanaka was the pitcher. Yes, that's who it was.
That's exactly right.
Masahiro. I couldn't remember his first name.
And I got a ball. Somebody popped out to end an inning, and somebody tossed us a ball. But
beautiful.
That was a thrill.
Yeah,
I got real Major League Baseball.
Without a doubt.
Struck out Frazier my freshman year. You see that one?
Yeah, and then I hit a moonshot and landed on top of the school. So yeah, fool me once.
It all evens out.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, there's Dutch Oven. That haircut come with a receipt, Toddy.
Oh yeah, I got the mohawk going. All my boys
great.
got it. So
shoot, yeah, I got it too.
Yeah, you do. You got it in the wrong spots though, I think.
I got screwed. Well, yeah, man. It seems like we're winding down a little bit, but I'm a huge fan of yours, man. As a person,
same as I.
Yeah, cool, man. It's like people I like, I root for. I don't, you could be the best player in the league and be an a-hole, and I wouldn't like you, but I think you're awesome, and it's a thrill to know you, and it's fun to do this, and seriously, let's. Let me know if there's somewhere I can send some Family Guy stuff. If anybody hits you after this saying, hey, that guy, whatever, I'm happy to do it. And, yeah, man, just continued success in your career. I mean, do you think there'll be a season?
I think there will be. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm feeling mid-July if I had to pick.
Think it would start with All-Star Weekend, like some kind of celebration or something?
I don't think it can, to be honest with you. I think they'll have to do that one over. I would, there's a lot of things you could do, real quick. I mean, I feel like there's something maybe at the end of the year do it like they do for the Super Bowl. The teams that aren't in it, pick the best players from those teams, have the All-Star game then, right before, it starts up. I think that'd be a cool, because right now you could do whatever you want. This is baseball's time to try anything, anything they wanted to. And maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. And eventually, the fans will dictate what they like or don't like. But some things you might take from this season and be like, God, man, why didn't we think of that 100 years ago?
Well, that's true for all walks of life right now.
This is your one do-over. In everything. This is your one do-over. Like, all right, let's try it out. And if it's terrible, it's terrible. Who cares? We go back to the same thing. So I feel like this is your one do-over to do whatever the heck you want.
That's perfect. That's a perfect message for this. And, I just hope anybody watching that's thinking about doing something, just, something positive and something meaningful to them. You're only going to live once. You don't want to live with regret like we were talking about earlier. And
enjoy it.
Anyway.
Yeah, and if you're going to do it 100% until it's like, all right, now I'm over it. Just do it to the best of your ability. I agree.
Yeah. Absolutely. And love your family like you do, buddy. And I do
Without
too.
a doubt, man. Love you and miss you, brother.
Yeah. You too, Todd. I appreciate you coming on. Tomorrow I got Reagan Gomez, who played Roberta on the Cleveland Show. On Wednesday I got Caravallo, EP of Family Guy. And Thursday I've got my good pal Al Franken is going to jump on here. And so, Todd Frazier, you're great, buddy. Love you a ton. And can't wait to see you again sometime.
All right, big dog. Tell the family I said hi.
Will do. All right, brother.
Peace
Take care.
out. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.